In this video, we're going to be covering the CBT technique of looking for variation in beliefs. Now, beliefs are a very powerful phenomenon in a person's life. In many ways, they create the life we end up having. And you can almost kind of think of belief as a type of filter that allows certain information in and keeps other information out. And when a client comes in the door and they're struggling with depression, they're struggling with self-hate, well, the beliefs they're carrying about themselves is quite often extremely negative. And what this is doing is it's keeping out all the evidence that doesn't support those beliefs. Now, I'm always floored by when clients come into my office and they think of themselves as the bad guy. And it's just so shocking to me how much I end up liking these people and think, wow, like, you're so pleasant to talk with. You have very interesting ideas. You're actually very giving. And I just don't immediately see in my own experience the bad guy they're talking about. And 9 times out of 10, what's behind that is that the belief that they're carrying around with them automatically doesn't allow them, not even disconfirm or to not consider or doubt, but it's not even on the radar. All the things they do that is beautiful, wonderful, and loving. So in this technique, what you're trying to do is you're trying to open up the possibility that there's more going on. Now, we don't want to be invalidating, and you have to be careful here because, the beliefs a person has about themselves, although negative, is what's holding them up. It's their life map. And it can be the worst life map on the face of the planet. If you directly hit that with all your might, what you're ultimately doing is you're knocking out the one leg they're standing on that keeps them going, their identity. No matter, again, I can't press this idea enough. Identity, no matter how negative, is still an identity. An identity organizes a person in their life to act. And you might think that you're doing this person a whole lot of good, showing them and proving to them and drilling into them how wonderful they are. But ultimately what you're doing is you're taking away their life compass, causing them to get lost in the forest of life. So that we don't want to do either. So instead of disproving that a person is the bad guy, what you're wanting to do is to show there's variation. How often are you this bad guy? How frequently does this come up? Is there anything else? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of a guy are you? And by asking questions like that, you're opening up the possibility for something else. So you're not taking away their identity. You don't have to stop being the bad guy. And everybody at some point in their life, at some point in the day, they're going to be the bad guy. The question here is there's something else going on. And in your work with these sorts of clients, what you're wanting to do is you're going to want to build up the other side of the story, how they're also loving, how they're also compassionate, and allow their identity to integrate those other aspects of themselves so that it's not that you're taking away their identity, but you're balancing things out for them in a way that they can continue living their life and start living that life and acting out things that and realizing they're acting out things that they've already been doing. So in many ways, you're just drawing attention to more as opposed to replacing. So different questions you're going to want to use when you're trying to get some traction with this technique. Something as simple as, well, is there anything else? Do you have any other beliefs? Another question is, well, when do you have this belief that you're a bad guy? And what you might find is, well, this belief only pops up in the morning or in the afternoon. Okay, great. Well, during the rest of the day, what else are you thinking and believing about yourself? You can question the amount they believe. On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad of a person are you? That's another way of opening up other possibilities. Another question you could ask is having the person track the beliefs they're having in a short period of time. So, within this hour session, how many times did the belief that you're bad pop up? Oh, 3 times. Wow. Well, how many minutes do you suppose that was? Oh, okay, less than a minute cumulatively. Wow. So for 59 minutes, you weren't feeling and thinking that you were a bad guy. What were you thinking about yourself? A part of the questioning is trying to get as accurate as you can, numbers, rates, percentages. And by having that evidence on the table, it almost, without you even having to ask, begs the question, well, what else is there? Possible problems you might run into, I think I've already kind of covered, that you really, again, you are challenging identity. So take it easy. Don't push too hard because identity, again, no matter how bad, is important and useful. Other challenges, when it comes to homework, having the person monitor their beliefs and frequency of beliefs that they have could be a challenge. Just remembering how to do it, and making sure that the worksheets are simple and straightforward, so that the person is more likely to do the work just because it's easier to do. So those are common challenges to this technique. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and share it with friends. If you got a comment for me, you can put that in the comment box. And if you had any other questions, you can check out my website and shoot me an email. I'll see you in the next video.